Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel Greenline Goddess Tarot. This is your monthly reading for June, and so I get this real sense of clarity that comes through for you. My goodness, as that happened, everything just went blur. Let's see what came out for you, because I feel like I want to read all of these. I don't normally read this many, but I do for today. So we've got 7 of Feathers, Preparation, Resourcefulness, and 2 of Shells, Union and Harmony. Interesting. So look at this beautiful leopard looking at the 2 doves kind of snuggled up together there, just going, what am I doing here? So this is the 7 of Feathers, is the 7 of Swords. It's a nice energy, actually, I'm getting from this. It's kind of like you might see a connection or other people's connections and think, that's something that I would like. So it's almost like you're observing love and connection in the world and then making plans. How can I bring that into my world, or how can I make plans around somebody that I already feel quite connected to and want to this is the epitome of love, like true love, true connection. And it's not something that we all have at all. Even if you are in a relationship, it may not feel like that. But it's very much, I love this little leopards kind of looking at it going, that's something I really want to bring into my life. I want that energy. It doesn't have to be this whole, I feel like there's a realism with the way the leopard's looking, because it's the swords, the 7 of Swords, which is kind of a very Aquarius energy, actually. But it feels like it's looking at those 2 doves going, there's something really nice about the quality of that connection and those feelings that those 2 people have for each other, whether it's just like they're best friends, their family, they're close, they could be pets. There's a nice closeness here. It's not an idealized version of, oh, I want true love and I want blah, 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 blah. It's like there's just a particular quality about it, which is really nice. So preparation and resourcefulness with union and harmony coming in. There definitely feels like you're looking at a certain connection in your life. Okay, so we have the Hermit, contemplation, wisdom, the King of Acorns, which is the King of Wands, optimism and innovation, and the 3 of Acorns, which is the 3 of Wands, foresight and exploration. Okay, so it's almost like, see the hermit there, it's the little koala all snuggled into the tree, the gum tree, just feeling happy in their place, in their home, within themselves. So it's kind of like this is looking for something externally here. The leopard is going, yep, I'm looking for something externally and I'm seeing it as an external thing. The little hermit here, the little koala, is going, I'm finding this within myself and I'm feeling really happy and nestled with, and wanting to bring that quality into myself, into my own space, in however that presents. So it may be that you are wanting your own space in some way, but you're wanting to bring that quality. So in comes the King of Acorns with action stations. You're not going to stay in that little contemplative mode for too long, because in comes this beautiful horse rearing up going, I'm ready, ready to move forward. So this is very much like the kings are about taking action, and the wands are about passion, purpose, motivation, drive. So it's a very Aries energy. It's like I've had a big think about it. I'm wanting to foster that within me and I want to take action. And so this little giraffe here is kind of poking its head out going, well, what's out there? What's out there? What can I go and explore? What new things can I leave the safety of my little space and go outside and explore new things? And one of the things that you might be searching for is this connection, is this sense of, maybe this could be friends, a community, a friendship group or something like that. But it is a sense of you're going to be potentially searching for this whole nice notion of a particular connection that's coming in. I feel like there's something that you're emotionally wanting to bring into your world that, it's interesting, because it's like here we've got the two different spaces here. So we've got the Hermit, which is very much a internal, I'm going within and how am I feeling about this? I'm needing my space and finding my happiness within me. But there's also a sense of, but I can't remain, I can't remain like an island, I guess. I can't remain in isolation. I kind of want to share this energy, or I want to be able to find it in my outside world. So I'm willing to go out and explore and find that as well. So yeah, it's kind of was a lot in those cards. So what's shifting and changing for you, Aquarius? Let's have a look at what's shifting and changing for you. So let's see. And you might feel really motivated and inspired here. This Three of Acorns is often with the little giraffe here, you know, it's having this kind of the head's above the foliage, so it's not wanting to get caught up in some of the other stuff. It's like I want a clear view of what I'm looking at here and what I can see. So it almost like it needs to be an elevated view, or what it's about be able to see further than what you normally would. So you're looking perhaps further afield for this, or in places that you wouldn't normally explore. But, you know, with the Seven of Feathers, preparation, and the Three of Acorns, foresight, it's like you're not going camping without a tent. You're bringing some things with you. You're not going exploring without a compass. You're like, I'm trusting my inner compass, perhaps, with that Hermit energy. So what's shifting and changing? Sword Queen, Libra Throne. So this is definitely around inner clarity. And that was the sense that I got for you. The Queen of Swords is about what you're getting resolved and clear about inside of you. And we can see the scales. So this is very much to do with relationships. Maybe perhaps wanting to bring in some balance within relationship, in that relationship sector for you. We've got Wand Queen. Okay. So a lot of fire and air coming in for you here. Wand Queen, Aries Throne. This Aries energy, the King of Acorns, the King of Wands is very Aries. And Wand 10, Sun Sagittarius. So again, this is the Queen of Wands, a lot of divine feminine that we're getting here with that Hermit energy. There's so much going on. Really, if you can take some time out just to kind of be with yourself for a while and just sit with yourself, this is where you're going to feel like this Queen of Wands energy, this is going within and going, what do I really, really want? What am I desiring? What is the thing that is kind of I'm getting passionate about? It can be really creative energy. She's very discerning, the Queen of Wands. So what are you attracting towards you? And this is Venus in Leo. Venus is moving into Leo in June, your opposite sign. And so this is where it's very heart-centered, and you might want to express yourself a little bit more and be really like this Queen of Wands energy of attracting things towards you that there's a warmth to the connection. So that's a really nice energy. And 110 Sun Sagittarius is very much saying that, yeah, it's interesting to have some kind of longer term future goal, that perhaps that this is something that you're dedicating yourself to, these inner feelings of connection and balance and harmony that's coming through. So yeah, this Sagittarius energy is very expansive. It does like to go and explore. So it does feel like you're going out exploring new things. But the 10 is like, Sagittarius is like the archer. It shoots an arrow and goes, boom, where do I want to land? And so that's what the 10 is. It's an end point. So it's like having a goal that you're shooting for further down the track. And then it's like, okay, where did that land? Let's go and explore. So Aquarius, this actually feels like very hopeful and positive energy when it comes to relationships and what is it that you're really searching for in that regard. And if it's already within an existing relationship, it's wanting to kind of bring in some different energy within that has, like I said, the warmth and connection. So yeah, I think it's actually really, really nice. I get this high, clear energy around this. So Aquarius, I want to let you know, so you might find some significant people coming into your life or some significant shifts and changes within existing relationships. So I feel like what they're showing me is that there's particular ones, like it might be one or two in particular that you will be focused on. It's not going to be like all relationships in general. It just feels like that's something, there's a review process coming in with judgment. So definitely lots happening for you, but it feels nice and light and clear. So Aquarius, I just wanted to let you know that this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a complete view, a fuller picture of what's going on for you. Just bear in mind that the moon, if you're an Aquarius moon, that this will be a little, speaking of the moon, this will be a little bit more of a subjective energy, an emotional energy, but it's kind of interesting to see how each reading might resonate with you differently. And this is a general reading, Aquarius. Just take what feels right. Really trust your intuition. Never take on anything that doesn't feel right for you. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that is in the description. This is the clarity we were talking about. I'm at the beginning when I was tuning into your energy, I'm like, this Ace of Swords has got to come out for Aquarius, and it's here in your conscious mind spot here. Big choice coming up and decisions around relationships coming up. So yes, if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that is in the description box below. Usually pin that to the comments, and you can buy the extended readings either individually, or you might like to check out our beautiful Patreon community that we're building and growing at this moment in time. Oh, the Emperor was hiding, and this is you turning up as the Emperor. Oh, super strong. So a lot of Aries energy around you at this moment in time. So Libra Aries kind of dynamics happening here, where it's like almost being asked to work out your needs, putting yourself first, but also finding the warmth of relationships. So it's finding that balance between what do you want, plus also the connection of hopefully this can be what the other person's searching for as well. And it can kind of fulfill both of those needs in some way, shape or form. Yes, so the link for all of those things, the extended and the Patreon community, are in the description box below. You have access to all 12 signs in the Patreon community and a whole heap of extra premium content that you might like to go and check out. So let's see what else is coming through for you, Aquarius. So let's see what's coming in. All right. Death card. You know what? I was just about to say, they were saying, talk about Pluto in their sign being in Aquarius. So I'm like, oh, we always talk about that. And then, of course, we bring the Death card in. So that's Pluto come in your sign. So, yeah, absolutely. There's this sense of huge personal transformation that is occurring here. Six of Cups, transformation of your world. The Hierophant, okay, as an outcome. And let's move these cards so I can see little Giraffe as well, because I find Giraffe sometimes talks to me throughout the readings. The Ten of Swords, boom, okay, and the Sun card, wow, Aquarius, and the Justice card, yes, Libra. If you have any Libra in your chart, this is going to be working very clearly with you. As you know, we're in Gemini season, so in June. So it starts off in Gemini season, your fellow air sign. So that's why we got a lot of air coming in. That would be working really well with you, and there'll be like a lot of really positive flow between those energies, the Gemini energies and your energy, which is really great. And then we've got Libra coming in, which is the other air sign as well. So I feel like this element of air is working well for you, which is great. And then we do move into Cancer season later in the month. So let's start with the Judgment card. I love the outcome. I can't wait to get to it, but we have to start here in the situation with the Judgment card. So this is where you're getting some really strong messages from Spirit. They're heralding that something needs a review process, and we are seeing this is very much to do with love and connection, some kind of commitment to a relationship that is coming through. And there's a lot of old issues from the past potentially coming up to be reviewed and cleared and cleaned. So there's a clearing and cleaning energy of old emotions, old thoughts, could be physically clearing and cleaning things out. This is really important for you to have your space for the moment. Crossed by the moon. So it's kind of interesting because the moon is a lack of clarity. Things have been there's been a lot of underlying things that have been there that perhaps haven't been clear, underlying issues within a relationship or within a situation. And the moon card is saying there's something just unclear about this. And it may have been, the moon is about the cycles as well. It may have been something that's been kind of regularly going on for a while now. Moon can also represent mother and relationship to mother and home. So all of these energies are kind of blocking you at this moment in time. This is part of what's blocking this clearing out and review process here. So it's like you're wanting to do this, but there's a few little underlying issues there that are kind of, doesn't feel like it's blocking much. So I feel like you're clearing it out. And that's what the Ace of Swords likes to do, brings clarity. So it's like I'm wanting clarity inside your conscious mind, or I'm getting really clear about a situation here to do with a particular relationship. So yeah, absolutely, this Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is, new ways of communicating, new thoughts, new cycles around, belief systems could be coming in with this. It's really fantastic, that Ace of Swords coming in. I feel like this feels really good, because what's happening at the base, interesting, is the Lovers card. And you can see that on the human, well, this represents a big choice around a relationship that's coming in, a decision, a choice. On the human realm here, there's a cloud between the two of them. That's the lack of clarity that we're seeing here. But in the higher realms, you're getting the messages here from the angels. You can see both the angels are coming in this higher level, and the sun is here with this angel with the Lovers card. So I just thought the angels are around really guiding you at this moment. And from the higher realms, you're getting a lot of clarity. So around things that haven't been clear within a relationship and some of the choices that you're making at this moment in time. So the Wheel of Fortune in the recent past, this is Jupiter coming through. And so this is very much, you've got a bit of Jupiter energy here with the Sun Sagittarius shifting and changing for you in the 110. So this is change. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Something is changing in your world. Something is asking you to expand into new spaces, especially perhaps in the heart realm or relationship spaces. So there's been an expansion of that with the Wheel of Fortune coming through. In the near future, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And this is an interesting energy, because this could be, this can be saving resources, working with resources, managing resources in some way, being quite probably not frugal, but sensible, perhaps, might be the way with the Four of Pentacles. This can be saving money, wanting to save money, because I feel like you're preparing for something here. And you might need to kind of get your finances or your resources in order in some way, shape or form. So this is also a sense that the Four of Pentacles can be a little bit of, what are you holding on to for fear of letting go? Because some of the clarity that's coming inside your mind, this could be the resistance to that decision, the decisions that are coming up inside your mind about relationships. And the Ace of Swords can cut energetic ties. So this doesn't necessarily mean that it can go either way, so many different directions. That's the Sagittarius and Sun Sagittarius here. Something can go in a whole heap of different directions. So you're just getting the clarity. Are you wanting to kind of cut the tie with something? Or are you wanting to cut the tie with a particular energy within a relationship? Or are you wanting to, bring in new energy? So it could be all of the above, but there's just this sense of, this feels like a big shift and change, so I want to stay in my comfort zone a little bit. But you're turning up so just expect a little bit of resistance, because I feel like sometimes with these big decisions that lie up ahead, or the big shifts and changes that are coming through with that, it can be like, I know that's what I want, or I can see clearly that, but so resistance. So we've got the Emperor coming in. This is you. So this is you trying to create order where there's been something that has not been kind of clear in some way, shape or form. But this is you being really, really strong and stepping into your power, being the Emperor. So this is getting very clear about that, who you are, what you want from a situation, how you're going to make it happen. So that's a really positive energy. There's an opportunity to feel quite powerful or to connect to your power, the fact that you're turning up. Situation around you is the Death card. This card's just going to be around for a very long time for you at this moment. But this is Pluto, which represents birth, death, rebirth, transformation. And that's what we're seeing with the judgment. This is kind of the review process at this moment in time, where you're at with something, with relationships or a particular relationship, and where you want to go to. What's the birth, where you're heading to. So the death card is that there's change and transformation around you at this moment in time. Hopes and fears, we have the Six of Cups. So this is the past. Firstly, this is also wanting to bring in some kind of harmony within relationships and balance within relationships or within your emotions, how you're feeling about things. But this can also be a trip down memory lane or a visit to the past in some way, shape or form. The past can return and feel very much like it's present here. So that's something that's coming through. This is also related to children as well, the Six of Cups. So, but as an outcome, I think ultimately I'm kind of wanting to restore harmony in some way, shape or form with the Six of Cups within you. And because we've got so much Libra energy around of wanting to, it's the scales of wanting to restore balance. So we have as an outcome the Hierophant, the Ten of Swords and the Sun. So whatever, we have the Ace of Swords, which is the beginning. We have the Ten of Swords, which is the ending. So something needs to end within how you're perceiving or how much thought or how much energy how much headspace you're kind of giving, or a relationship or belief systems around relationships. So the Hierophant represents commitments. It can represent marriage or long-term relationships, or it's something like that that's coming through. So the relationships, these feel like significant relationships, people that you've kind of have been around for a while or that you want to commit to in some way, shape or form. It's not a fly-by-night kind of thing. It's like, I'm looking at something that's, But this is what I love here. And the Hierophant also represents soul. So you're potentially, again, getting those higher messages from angels or soul or from spirit in some way, shape or form that something is over, something ends. Or this can be the card of finding closure, saying no to an end energy. So this Ten of Swords is really significant. The thing I like is that it means the darkness is lifting and there's a new dawn. You can see that even though this character is kind of, impaled by the 10 swords, it looks a little bit macabre. It does represent release and recovery and transformation, and you've got transformation around with the Death card. And the fact it's in the element of air, it's really about what's going on inside your mind, how you're perceiving things within a relationship. So the darkness is lifting. There is a new dawn, whether this person is aware of it or not, because it might require a little bit of healing time. But then the sun comes out, the darkness lifts and the sun comes back, and this is happiness, clarity, revitalization, a lot of energy coming through. It's breakthrough. So, and especially inner child. It's funny because I went for a walk this morning with the dogs, and there was this little kid. It would have been about 2, probably between 2 and 3, this kid going for a walk with its mum. And I was watching the way it was walking and just going, we forget, inner child energy. I thought, no, inner child's going to come up today for whatever reason, because when I walk the dogs, it can go a bit slow. They might want to go and sniff something. I let them sniff for a little bit. And the same with the kid. I'm like, between the two of us, we're not going to get down the street very fast, because the kid would stop. It would go look at a plant. It would go pick up something from the grass. It just kind of wandered, and it was like everything was so amazing and fascinating. And it wasn't like this linear, like I have to walk in this direction and this way in this straight line. It was like all over the shop, and it was just having a great time exploring nature. And that's kind of what I feel like. There's this sense of exploration that's coming through here with this beautiful giraffe coming in as well. But it's not, it's inner child exploration. So it's like follow the paths that the windy roads, the inner child, where you kind of follow the bliss, follow the play, the things that bring you joy. So it might be like, suddenly I'm over here doing this. And there's a sense of not having to have time constraints on that. It's not like saying to the kid, oh, we have to get to the neighbour's house by 10 a.m. No, the mum was just like letting the child wander around and explore. There was no really great destination or time restraint on it. And that's an important thing about it. It's almost like letting go of expectations and just going, yeah, I'm open to explore and I'm going to see where my inner child leads me. So really fantastic energy coming in when it comes to relationships and a sense of revitalization and happiness and clarity around what brings you happiness, which is really fantastic. And there's new opportunities that will appear around that. So as an overall energy, yes, we have the Libra Major Arcana Justice. So it is about contractual agreements in your life. So it might be to do with like legalities. These are things that could come up with it as well. So do you have mutual contractual agreements with somebody, a relationship? This can be any kind of contractual agreement, but it's about like, so it could even be like a boss or a work friend. It feels more like a personal relationship when I'm tuning into it here for you, Aquarius. But but it might be you're living together and you've got the agreement of like the mortgage or the rental agreement or bills that you have to pay. It's looking at those contractual agreements between you. But these contractual agreements can just be also the unspoken things that we agree to within relationships. There's a certain sort of set of unspoken rules that, we agree to. So this is kind of like a rebalancing, a relooking of that. These sort of things are coming up. Looking at contracts, especially when it's, connected to another person or a particular relationship that you're going through all this kind of review with. So, and that can be work, it can be home, it can be personal. But yeah, it feels important. So let's see. Let's pull an affirmation card coming through for you. We've got, okay, all my relationships are harmonious. All right. Okay. So this is what, that Six of Cups, this is what, it's so perfect, isn't it? When we create harmony in our minds and hearts, we will find it in our lives. Absolutely. The inner creates the outer always. And that's kind of what we were seeing here, the inner of the Hermit, what you're seeing inside of yourself, and then the outer of the Seven of Feathers, looking at what's happening externally. But then the Hermit has this moment of going inwards, finding the harmony within your minds and heart. And then you're like the King of Wands going, right, I'm stepping into the outer and going to see how I can make this happen and what's out there. What can I explore? So yeah, it all makes a lot of sense. I love it when that happens. So beautiful. All my relationships are harmonious. Let's pull a charm for you, Aquarius. Now, what do we have here? Oh, the little fish. I think I want to say this is an angel fish. I'm not really big on fish, but it looks like one of those little angel fishy kind of things. Please let me know if you're a fish person. But yeah, the fact that we've got the angels coming in so clearly with messages for you, and the fishes represent something that lives within the ocean of life. So it's about your emotions, your spiritual connections, your soul connection, if you think about the ocean. And this fishes travel in schools as well. So it's about what are you learning about the ocean of life is abundant with fish. And so it's this little sense of, you might be getting your own little intuitive message, but it's interesting. It's a really small fish as well, because it might just be like a little thing that's guiding you here. But the image they keep showing me is the vast ocean. It's like this one tiny little fish in this big ocean. And it's kind of, I think it's about the inner and the outer, shifting perspectives of what's actually out there and what's actually available for you. So you might feel like this little fish in the sea, but there's a whole sea to explore out there, a whole ocean. So yeah, it's kind of, when they're showing me, it's like understanding the vastness of that. It's like when it's really hard for us to conceptualize how big space actually is, or how big the oceans are. We don't actually know, like, it's really hard for us to conceptualize like how deep they are, how big they are. They take up such a huge part of our planet, and so do relationships, and so do our feelings. And so it's like there's so much for you to explore in this space here. But I like how it's an angelfish, how it feels like it's very connected to spirit, which is really lovely. So that's your reading, Aquarius. I feel like you're kind of really being opened up here to a whole new kind of universe of feelings and relationships and possibilities, which is really fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to see something ends, the sun comes out, the darkness is lifted. It's to do with commitments or relationships, and it just feels like there's this revitalization energy. So where is this all going? We're going to go into the near future and the future beyond and see what's happening when the sun's shining here. What is it shining on? What is it bringing towards you? So we're going to ask all of that, explore that, go exploring. You're getting this sense of going out exploring. So yeah, what's kind of the first things that are coming towards you in this exploration? And then we're going to ask if there's anything else that you need to know just in general about the reading, any other clarifiers, and the best way to work with the energy. It basically feels pretty clear and easy. I mean, there's a tiny bit of resistance here with this Four of Pentacles and the Moon card, but it just feels, it feels kind of quite organic and intuitive the way you're working with this. But we will ask that in the extended reading anyway, about the best way to work with it to get to that sun, to get to that sense of breakthrough and happiness. So that's all in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. Usually pin the link to the comments as well. And as I mentioned, you can either buy the extended individually, or you might like to check out the Patreon community where you have access to all 12 extendeds. You can cross-watch or watch your sun, moon and rising. Plus there's a whole heap of extra content there, so you might like to check that out and see what's around. Love it if you check that out, and the link is in the description box below for that. And so, yeah, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, Aquarius. Love to read your comments. It helps with the growth of the channel, and take care.